How's it going, friends? It's good to be with you again. It's Richard. I'm back here once more, and today we're going to be taking a look at some RTAs from Smok Technology. I got it here. I got two of them. Different, but at the same time the same. Basically, they're dual and quad coil options. Okay, I think the best part is hopefully they'll sell, just the deck, because the tanks are very similar in size and everything. You can actually fit the dual coil into the quad coil and the quad vice versa. With regards to the tank, they're the same. Similar, same but different, that's what I'd say. Okay, and nevertheless, let's go ahead and check out the Smok Tf-Rta G2 and G4 RTAs. Alright guys, just a quick one here before we get into the close-ups. The G2 and the G4, they're rebuildable tank atomizers to start with, and the G2 is dual coil, the G4 is quad coil. Compact looking RTAs, that's 24 millimeters in diameter, so it's bigger than your 22 millimeter diameter tanks by 65 millimeters in height. It holds 4.5 ml of e-liquid, comes with 16 millimeter diameter built decks in there with velocity style posts. Top fill, just like all the others atomizers. Just flip it open, the cover, fill it up and close it back again. Okay, and it comes in black and also stainless steel versions, both these versions here. And by the way, last but not least, it also comes with Cyclops style airflow. At the bottom here, you've got 4 big Cyclops style airflow, plenty of airflow in there, and also juice control. This is good for people who like to vape on thick juices. Well, you don't get any dry hits. Alright, the G2 vapes really nice. I like the way the G2 vapes. It's really nice and smooth. I think it's got to do with a center post with a hole in the middle, besides your two negative and your positive posts. So you got plenty of airflow in there. Nice, cool, easy vape. Good amount of vapor as well. Whereas the G4, I prefer the G2 by the way. The G4, it's a quad coil, can get a little bit warm, and but it can definitely chuck. That's the difference there. So tell you what, let's get into the close-ups right now. Check both these tanks out. I mean, it's the same tank with different deck options. One's dual coil, one is quad coil. Come back with vape some more, and I'm going to leave you with my thoughts. Catch you later. Smok Technology, and that's the packaging that it comes in. The only way to differentiate between the G2 and the G4 would be taking a look at the side here. It says G2 and here it says G4. So this is quad coil, dual coil. This little label here, and you have your color coding, stainless steel or black. That's what it says here, black. And your ohm rating, 0.45 ohms. That's for the G2, and the G4 is rated at 0.14 ohms, obviously because it's quad coil. Right, besides that, you've got a picture of the device, two different configurations here, dual coil and quad coil here, and your QR codes for the Smart BEC app, where you can share experience with worldwide Smok users. Underneath here, specifications, introduction, barcode, and that's about it. Okay, so that's plastic shrink wrap. Once you've torn off the plastic, remove the cover, and you have your standard Smok packaging in all black and Smok's in silver right on top there. You've got a little bag of silica gel to prevent humidity, keeping it nice and dry, and your spare Pyrex glass tank right here. Nice, in case you break yours, you can have a spare here. And you have your stainless steel version right here, comparing it to the black version I have here. So this is black and this is silver. And underneath you've got your instruction manual showing you all the different parts that make up the device. Option G4, G2, I suppose the instruction manual is standard. Introduction, how to fill in juice, how to do your coils, how to remove the deck and things like that on the overleaf. QR code again. So just go through it, it'll help. You've got a little atomizer user attention here, and you've got a quality assurance card. Once you detect a loss in flavor, please refill the tank to avoid burning risk or damage to the atomizer. Okay, and you've got a little bag of spares, which contain a silicon topped O-ring here for your fill port, and some O-rings of course, and also some screws here, Phillips head screws, a little tank band or vape band, they call it, Smok in black, and your little black screwdriver here. And here they are side by side, black and silver. They both look nice. You've got the engraving or laser edging G2. This is G4. Smok on the top here. Well, this side is pretty obvious. The black here, that's a little engraving right on top that says Smok, and the silver one here. Okay, you've got your Cyclops airflow here, adjustable. And in there, if you notice, that's your juice control. All you have to do is just turn, close, open. You've got to be very careful because it opens and closes quite easily. So if you have it in your pocket, sometimes you might have accidentally closed it. Make sure before you vape, you've opened up your juice flow. That's the juice flow in there. Underneath, you've got your 510 pin here as well, stainless steel 510, and also says designed by Smok. Same thing on this side as well. They're both identical actually, only different in color. You've got your 2-layer drip tip to keep heat away from your lips. The inner one is glass, and you can actually remove. I'm just gonna focus on the stainless steel one. Remove it and change to your personal drip tip if you wish to. And there's a little sign arrow that says open. So to open up your fill port, standard, all TF atomizers have this. That's your silicon ring to prevent leaking. Fill in your juice and just close it back. 24.5 millimeters diameter, bigger than your 22 millimeter sized what you call atomizers. Just comparing it in terms of size. All right. And you can break it down, open it up. That's your top cap there. Putting that aside, your glass, and you have your chimney right here. Remove that. That's how it looks. And your airflow in there works like this. From the inside, open, close. You can adjust it as well. This is the G4 quad coil. You've got all your Clapton coils in there. Alright, the side here. See, one wire goes to the top. You've got your Phillips screw there, and one wire goes down to the bottom here. You have your Phillips screw at the base here. So you've got to roughly estimate the length of your leg, cut it, and then put it in through here and screw it down, which is not really difficult, not impossible. But you just got to make sure your coils are not too big that it extends out and touch the chimney cap here. It'll cause a short. And that's your juice channel there with the Phillips head screws in there. Once you've screwed it down and you're wicking it, make sure that you don't put too much cotton, otherwise you're going to choke up the juice channel and you get a dry hit. Okay, just enough where you have from this side and this side coming out, sharing one juice channel here, as you can see in the picture. And on the top you have your Phillips screws here. Yeah. This is rated at 0.14 ohms. Now we're going to take out this, remove the tank, and that's how it looks like. Your airflow from the bottom, hitting your coils from underneath, keeping it cool. And we're going to take a look at the G2. This is the G2 dual coil. The tank is exactly the same, alright? So we're going to take out the tank. Right now this is the G2. You've got dual coil here, dual Clapton coil pre-installed, and this is rated at 0.45 ohms. That's your velocity post, which is much bigger than some other atomizers I've seen. And in there, there's a center post as well in the middle. If you look, yeah, the center post has an air hole there. So you've got your post holes here, which is really nice and big, oval shaped. Clapton wires can go in easily, no problem at all. And you've got your grub screws in there using hex screws. Your 2 pre-installed coils. That's your airflow at the bottom there. I'm just going to lift up the coils for you to have a look. Your airflow, very big airflow. As you can see in the middle, the center shaft has got that air hole in the middle there, so that's got a lot of airflow going around from the center post hitting your coil, from the side, and from the bottom hitting your coil. So you get a nice smooth vape and it's not hot. That's your center post with the very, very large air hole there. And what we're going to do is remove this and see if we can fit in the quad coil in there. So that's the dual coil, and we're going to fit in the quad coil. So it fits perfectly on the deck. That's your quad coil. So everything is spot on, the same size and everything, and you could actually just swap in between dual coil and quad coil decks. Alright, let's get the stainless steel version back. Just screw this back on again, the quad coil. And you've got your airflow at the bottom here. As you can see, the airflow holes, one on each side. Yeah. And to put it back, just turn the O-ring there, giving it a good seal so you don't get any leaking. Put this back on again. And that's it. So that's your Tf-Rta from Smok. We'll get back topside, vape on it, and talk some more. Pre-installed 0.4 ohm. Haven't done any builds on it myself yet. Anyway, the G2 and also the G4. One is dual, the other one of course is the quad coil. And both of these decks fit perfectly into each other. So basically the tank is the same, except the decks, one is dual coil, one is quad coil, which means you could actually just purchase the deck, and switch it around. That's if they sell the deck separately, Otherwise, you'll just have to buy 2 tanks, if you still want both. All right. As for the G2, the dual coil here, building on it, not a problem. Shouldn't be an issue at all, especially for those of you who's used to building. You just got to be very careful and watch out that your coils aren't too big and that it hit against the what I call chimney chamber. Otherwise, it'll cause a hard short, especially if you've got coils that's more than 3 millimeters in diameter. When you're building your Clapton coils, just be aware of that. Keep it nicely tucked in. That's what you want to do. Okay, the post and post holes are nice and big for your Clapton wire, no issues at all. The extra air hole that's on the center post, I think that's what makes this what I call G2 version really nice, smooth. Really, it's very nice and smooth and very airy. It's a cool vape as well. All right, I think it's because of all the airflow that's going on inside the chamber, and that's what you're getting. Nice, easy, relaxed kind of vape experience. All right, so now the G4, which is the quad coil option. The first thing that hit me when I saw the deck there, that center post looks like a merry-go-round in a theme park, Anyway, obviously to build the G4, you need to spend some time with it, okay? You can't rush into it. It takes a little time to get 4 nice coils built and put in there, okay? Especially the legs, you need to estimate the length of your legs so you can screw it down, cut it, screw it down, nice, okay? Also the fact that the juice channels is being shared, so you got to have enough cotton, not too much, not too little, just nice, and have your wick nicely saturated. If you have too much cotton, you're going to choke the juice channel up, you might get a dry hit, so that's the thing. Alright, vape experience for the G4. I'm going to take a vape now. Definitely a chucker because of the quad coils in there, obviously, but it's a little warm, okay? And the throat hit that you get out of this, it's a little bit stronger than the G2. The G2, I think, because of all the airflow, like I said, going on in there, so you get a nice, smooth, cool vape. This one, different, all right? And mind you, the fact that I'm using their pre-installed coil there, it's rated at 0.14 ohms, so you can expect, you know, it to be a little bit warm. This is really at 0.14 ohms. It's super sub ohm. I wouldn't recommend this to new vapors. Okay, you gotta have the right battery and the right device to be able to handle the load. Okay, otherwise you'll be putting yourselves at risk. Okay, so 0.14 ohm, be very careful with that. Please make absolutely sure you know exactly what you're doing. All right, so that's about it for the G4. I'm going to take another vape. Not too bad, but in terms of smoothness, this is really smooth, the G2. Yeah, I think this is priced at about 25 US dollars, somewhere around there. Malaysia, the RTAs, I'm not sure where you can get one, but if I do find any on the internet, I'm just going to put a link below as usual to guide you, okay? But other than that, that's the G2 and the G4 comes in two different versions, black and also stainless steel as well. And like I said, maybe you could buy them separately, the deck, so that you just buy one tank and you can, you know, switch them around if you want to try a G4 or a G2. So that's it for these two RTAs. One more vape, we'll call it a wrap. I'm gonna do a double whammy for this. Just for the heck of it. As usual, thank you so much for watching. Until the next one, take care, God bless, and have a nice day. Bye for now.